Did you know your daily oatmeal might quietly harm your heart depending on what you mix in? It's a tough truth to hear, especially if you're someone who's tried to make healthier choices as you've gotten older. Oatmeal has a good reputation, and for good reason. On its own, it's gentle on the stomach, full of soluble fiber, and great for managing cholesterol and blood sugar. But here's what most people don't realize. Once you start adding the wrong toppings or mix-ins, many of which are marketed as healthy, that same bowl can quietly turn into a sugar bomb, a metabolic stressor, or even a long-term threat to your organs. After 60, your body becomes more sensitive to blood sugar spikes, additives, and certain fats. Your digestion slows down, your insulin response changes, and your liver and kidneys work a little harder to filter out what they used to handle with ease. What you put in your oatmeal can either help your body or quietly overwhelm it. And the scary part? Most people don't even know which ingredients are doing the damage. In this video, we're looking at 7 foods that are often added to oatmeal by older adults, and why each one could be doing far more harm than good. Some of these might surprise you. Others you may have trusted for years. But by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to avoid and how to make sure your oatmeal remains the health-supporting meal you intended it to be. Stay with us until the end, because just removing 1 or 2 of these from your routine could mean better energy, more stable blood sugar, and even protection for your liver, kidneys, and heart. Your breakfast should never work against you, especially when it's something you eat every single day. Number 1, brown sugar. That stresses your insulin response. Brown sugar might look a little more natural than white sugar, but for your body, especially after 60, it's all processed the same way. And when you scoop it into your morning oatmeal, you're not just sweetening your food, you're triggering a sharp rise in blood sugar that can leave you feeling tired, foggy, and even hungrier an hour later. Worse, over time, those repeated spikes wear down your insulin response and increase the risk of type 2 diabetes, even in people who think they're eating healthy. That's because as we age, the pancreas produces less insulin. The body becomes more resistant to the insulin it does produce. When you throw fast-absorbing sugar into the mix, like the kind found in brown sugar, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire. Your blood sugar jumps, then it crashes. And over time, this pattern leads to more belly fat, more inflammation, and more damage to your blood vessels. I remember a woman named Janet, 67, who swore by her healthy breakfast of oatmeal with a little brown sugar and skim milk. She couldn't figure out why she always needed a nap. By 10:30 a.m., after reviewing her diet with her doctor, she cut out the added sugar, and within a week, her morning energy leveled out. "I didn't think it was the sugar," she told me. "It was just a spoonful, but it was enough to set everything off." Brown sugar doesn't come alone either. It often brings a craving for more sweet things later in the day. That's because sugar triggers dopamine, the brain's pleasure chemical, and as that wears off, you're left with a dip that makes you reach for another hit. It's not about willpower, it's about chemistry. If you still want sweetness, let's try a few slices of banana, cinnamon and vanilla for gentle, natural flavor. These won't send your blood sugar into a tailspin. The key isn't to fear sweetness, but to stop flooding your body with the kind that burns fast and leaves damage in its wake. Number 2, artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners may seem like the smart choice, especially for seniors watching their blood sugar, but the truth is far more complicated. These low-calorie alternatives, often found in little pink or yellow packets, might save you a few grams of sugar in the short term, but they can quietly wreak havoc on your metabolism, gut health, and even liver function over time. Here's why. Your body expects sweetness to come with calories and energy, but when it gets sweetness without those calories, as it does with sucralose, aspartame, or saccharin, it gets confused. This mismatch can alter your insulin response, increase cravings later in the day, and even slow down your metabolism. In older adults, where hormonal sensitivity is already shifting, that disruption can make it harder to lose weight, harder to control blood sugar, and easier to gain belly fat, even when you think you're doing everything right. Then there's the liver load. Many artificial sweeteners are processed by the liver, and though they don't raise blood sugar directly, they still require filtration. Over time, especially if consumed daily, they can add unnecessary stress to a liver that may already be managing medications, age-related slowdown, or other dietary toxins. The result? A slower, more sluggish liver, which can lead to fatigue, poor digestion, and elevated liver enzymes, sometimes without symptoms until it's progressed. A man named Charles, 74, had been mixing sugar-free syrup and sweeteners into his oatmeal for years. He said he liked the taste and thought it was diabetic-friendly. But when his liver panel came back slightly elevated, his doctor suggested cutting out the artificial additives. Within a few weeks, his digestion improved, and his follow-up labs looked better. "I thought I was helping myself," he said. "Turns out I was just giving my liver one more job to do." Instead of artificial sweeteners, try cinnamon, nutmeg, or a splash of almond extract. Even a small amount of real fruit can satisfy your sweet tooth while offering vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants, things no lab-made powder can provide. Your body has been working hard for you for decades. It deserves real nourishment, not artificial signals. Continued with the same punctuation-rich style for the remaining points. Final thoughts. Your morning bowl of oatmeal might seem like a simple, healthy habit, but what you mix into it could be making all the difference between feeling better or unknowingly harming your health. Each of the 7 foods we've covered today, brown sugar, artificial sweeteners, dried fruits, flavored packets, non-dairy creamers, store-bought granola, and protein powders carries its own quiet risks, especially for those of us in our 60s, 70s, or 80s. What's most important isn't just knowing what to avoid, it's understanding why. Because when you understand how your aging body responds differently to sugar, additives, and chemical-laden ingredients, you begin to see how even the smallest daily decisions ripple outward. They affect your energy, your digestion, your blood pressure, and even your mood. The good news? You can change that with just a few mindful adjustments. The truth is, you don't need to make your oatmeal fancy. You don't need packets, powders, or sweet tricks. You just need real ingredients that love your body back, like cinnamon, fresh fruit, nuts, or clean milk. These are choices that offer support, not strain, calm, not chaos. And when you start your day in a way that honors your body, your whole day flows differently. So take a moment and reflect. Which of these 7 do you use? Which are you ready to let go of? Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. 1, leave a comment below. Share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. 2, your thoughts are important to us. Don't hesitate to share them. 3, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.